Phoenix.ai is a skills evaluation platform that is targeted at candidate experience. So we have three modules. We have a self-guided assessment or a skill check. We also have an embedded AI agent that internal employees can use to manage and to scour your internal database and ask questions. And we also have a live interview module where you can conduct live interviews and gather critical insights. As part of our self-guided assessments, we have various environments that you can use to craft questions. These environments include video questions, multiple choice questions, basic coding environments, full front-end environments, a database environment, a content writing environment where you can actually have written questions. We also have a data science environment for R and Python. We have an IDE for regular coding exercises, and we have a very unique application called the virtual simulator. The virtual simulator is the closest thing to a full desktop computer that you would hand to a candidate that is pre-built and pre-configured with your own company's environment. So this could be specific applications, it could be specific coding languages, or even actual pre-loaded code that you want the candidate to interact with during the session. So this is where we gather all of the insights that we collect during an assessment or during a live conversation. So we can do things like detect AI use from candidates. We can actually see if they are reading during either a live or a self-guided assessment. And we also have the ability to do things like ID verification, see if they're using a fake ID or if it's a face mismatch. So we use computer vision and visual comparison. There's also various other fraud flags, such as pasted many lines of code or IP address has changed. We have various types of questions, pure technical or engineering challenges, multiple choice or written challenges or written questions. And then we also have video questions. Video questions tend to be one of our more popular pieces of functionality. The candidate is presented with a written question and then they record themselves answering the question. When they record themselves answering the question, we have the ability to auto score their response based on a rubric, either a rubric we provide or a rubric that the customer builds and provides themselves. We also can flag or detect reading behavior during the answering of these questions, and we can also detect the use of AI at any time the candidate is in one of our environments. We also capture the candidate's face as well as their screen. So we're seeing if they're writing code or if they're producing some sort of spreadsheet. You can ask the candidate to describe their solutions. And then we can also run AI to see if the solution explanation matches the actual technical output. You're also catching where we can do things like detect multiple faces on the screen, or if when they're live coding, if they're using AI to enhance their expertise. So not necessarily that AI is a bad thing, but what we're looking for is that they actually know what they're doing when they're using the AI. As you scroll a little bit further, what we're looking at now is a sampling of our live video environment. And so not only do we have a self-guided assessment platform, but we also have a live interviewing platform where we can also auto score candidates' responses during those live sessions. We can detect the use of reading, and we're also looking for the use of AI during those sessions. Again, this is based on a rubric that is either defined by you or a rubric that we can help you build. To get a little more detail on the live interviews module, here is the module itself within the UI. So once a live interview has been conducted, that data is stored in the database. And at any time, you can go back and reference the notes. You can rewatch the video. You could look at the AI generated summaries. And if the candidate had been scored on a rubric, you would be able to see their score as well as the attached rubric, which was assigned to this particular interview. Again, these rubrics are built by us, or you can define them yourself. What you're looking at is the Feenyx Copilot. So this is a standalone AI agent where you can go directly to the Copilot itself and ask it any type of question in your recruiting workflow. So it's a quick and easy way to actually mine through your data very efficiently. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the content library works. So we have a built-in library of content, or you can create your own questions and then add those to assessments. So what you're seeing here is me building a new question. And then as I add the question, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to click the auto scoring. So this is where we're turning on our AI, our Phoenix AI that is going to score the answers that the candidates give. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to tag this as a leadership skill. So not only do we look at technical skills, but we can also look at soft skills. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable video scoring, and then I'm going to click generate rubric. What the generate rubric will do is actually going to build a 100-point scale of what defines a good answer to this particular question. Again, these can be defined by us, or you can actually build your own rubrics. Next, what I'm showing you is the candidate pool analysis, or what we call the pipeline view. So you can see all the various candidates that have applied for a particular job. You can sort them, you can search them with the Copilot, or you can just hover over specific insights. So I'm clicking the Copilot now, and I'm actually going to ask it a specific question about this particular assessment. So I'm asking it, who are the three best candidates in this particular pool? It's going to analyze the data, and it's going to come back and it's going to give me the top three candidates. So instead of having to review it by hand, I can actually have the AI help me identify the top three. In the next section, I am actually walking through how to create an assessment. So you can create an assessment from scratch, or you can use some of our pre-built kits. In this case, I'm clicking the front-end developer engineering role, and then I'm selecting a few different question types. I clicked a challenge, and I'm also adding a video question. At the top, you can see what various skills have been added to this particular assessment, but if I want to, I can turn those off, or I can click different ones. So we have a wide array of different question types, including multiple choice. Once I've selected the questions I like, I can actually move to the configure settings, and this is on a per assessment basis. I can actually turn on or turn off specific fraud signals or fraud tracking or AI detection tracking. We also can turn on ID verification. That's an optional piece of functionality. So here you can see how the system has been designed to be very, very, very flexible. So you can have very heavy fraud and AI detection, or you can have very light and just sort of focus on the skill analysis itself.